Alright, so since we're on the topic of adding illustrations to our workbook to make our spreadsheets a little bit more appealing, I want to talk about adding SmartArt to our spreadsheets. SmartArt can be found underneath the Insert tab and within the Illustrations group, and we'll see a SmartArt command. And if we give this button a click, we are presented with a bunch of different graphics that we can choose from to make our data a little bit more compelling. Basically, SmartArt is a fancy visual representation of our information. Now, some graphics are better for displaying certain types of info. For example, if you're comparing the similarities and differences between 3 different products, then a Venn diagram would probably be the best use to display that kind of information. And then there's other graphics such as a org chart to show the hierarchy within your organization, and others just enhance the appearance of a bulleted list. So I'm going to pick one of these graphics to show you how to work inside SmartArt. Alright, so for this example, I'm going to choose this horizontal bullet list. Click OK. And now our graphic is inserted. And let's say we want to show the different stages of developing a product. I know this doesn't have anything to do with our monthly expense report, but I wanted to show you how to work inside of SmartArt. So to start editing the graphic, we can select the text inside the graphic and start to type. So we can title the first stage Step 1. And maybe Step 1 is create an idea. And we can delete the text below this. And if you look at this dialog box over here, it is mimicking what we do inside the graphic. So whatever we do inside the graphic will show up here and vice versa. If we start to make changes in the dialog box, it'll make the change within the graphic. For example, let's say the next box we want to label Step 2. And to easily create a new bullet point, we can click Enter on our keyboard. And to add a sub-step, we can click Tab on our keyboard to enter bullet points beneath Step 2. So let's say Step 2 is Research. Then I'm going to press the Enter key on our keyboard and then type in Planning. And if I click Enter again, it adds a new sub-step, but if we don't want this sub-step, we can click Shift-Tab to delete a step, or press the backspace on our keyboard. We can navigate through these steps by also clicking the up and down arrows on our keyboard. And for the third box, I'm going to title it Step 3. Press the down arrow key on my keyboard, and then maybe develop a prototype. Once again, I'm going to click the down arrow to go to the next box and title it Step 4. Down arrow. Let's say we will do Product Development. And then I'm going to select the down arrow and press the backspace on our keyboard to remove that step. And if you notice, as we are typing, the text automatically resizes itself to fit within the graphic. And I showed you how we can press Shift Tab or Tab to promote or demote a sub-step, but we could also come up here in the ribbon and click the command buttons as well. Let's say I want this product development text as a title instead of a sub-step. I'll select the text, and up here in the ribbon I can click Promote. Now it adds a new step with the product development being the title. Same goes for demote. If I select demote, it'll go back into being a sub-step. We can also move these steps up and down. For example, let's select Step 2. I can come up here to the ribbon and select Move Down, and it'll switch Step 2 and 3. Or if I want to move Step 2 back to where it was, I can select Move Up. So Move Up and Move Down rearranges the order of our steps. One of the neat things about SmartArt is that we don't have to stick with the design that we chose from the beginning. Because currently, right now, we have a horizontal bullet list. If I come back up here to the ribbon and select the layouts, we can change the layout of our graphic and it'll keep all of our text in place. We can also apply some custom formatting to our graphics as well. So underneath the SmartArt design, we can click the command Change Colors. We can select any of these predefined colors or make our own colors as well. But in this case, I'm just going to choose this first colorful format. And then I can also change the style of these graphics by coming up here under SmartArt Styles and choose a style that we want to place on our graphic. I think this one looks nice. Now our information is displayed in a compelling graphic, and this just helps our spreadsheets look a lot more organized and clean, and it helps to effectively communicate our data in a more presentable way. So play around with it so when the next chance you can use SmartArt comes around, you can create some compelling graphics so you can really impress the users of the visual representation of your data.